So multi-threading, did you practice? I mean, did you try anything?
I'm revising it from the beginning.
Okay. That day I think I had shown you this producer consumer program, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in thread now only one thing is left, that is the thread pool. So I was thinking to complete that as well. You know that thread in thread, what do? We we need to do something, right? We create a thread and we assign we just do a start on that, and it finishes the work and it dies, right? So these days we do not use thread in that way. What do we do is that we use thread pool. Now thread pool means, what I will say is that what we do is that we create 10 or 20 or 30 threads beforehand. Even if request comes or does not come, we create, like, suppose 20 threads, and all 20 threads will be in runnable state, not in running, runnable state. That means it's not running, it's in runnable state, it's ready to run.
Okay.
Okay, so all 20 threads will be in runnable state.
Yeah.
And now suppose some request comes. Okay, we submit that task to that executor service, to that thread pool. And what it does, thread pool picks a thread which was in runnable state, like suppose 20 threads are there. It will take a thread and it will assign this task to that thread, and once it finishes its job, again it comes back to the pool. So it's similar to like this one. See, suppose you are running a you have a factory which produce something. Okay, suppose it produces mobile, you manufacture mobile. Okay, so you have 20 workers. Okay, and suppose you need to manufacture 100 mobiles today. So what you will do, you will assign these 100 mobiles manufacturing task to these guys, right? 20 workers. But these 20 workers will be ready to work anytime, because you are paying them, right? And all these 20 workers is in your factory and they are ready to get any kind of task, and you once assign it, you start working on it. Once it finishes, it will go and take another task. Okay, now these workers, there could be, like, some workers can work very fast, some workers can do work very slowly. So suppose you ask them to, okay, you ask all these 20, you called all these 20 guys and said, hey, I need to manufacture 100 mobiles, please work on it. Okay, so these 100 mobiles manufacturing task is assigned to these 20 workers. So what they will do, all 20 workers, one by one, not one by one mobile each will take, okay, to manufacture. Okay, and once a thread finishes, it takes another mobile to build. And it goes on. You got it right? Suppose first time all 20 worker takes one mobile to manufacture, so your no mobile is left is 80. Okay, now 20 mobile is built by 20 workers. Now again they will take, so it will be like 60. Okay, so this will go on. Once it reaches to 20, sorry, 0, again they will go to an idle state, that is running state. Again they will be sitting like, okay, give me work, we are done, we are done. Okay, so what is the benefit of this is that
Yeah.
you can limit the number of threads. I mean, limit the number of threads means what? Previously, right, uh, right now I know that I need to create 100 threads. Sometimes in real-time application, I don't know how many mobiles I need to manufacture. I can ask them to produce 2000 or 20,000 or 2 lakhs mobiles a day. Okay, so in that situation, I need to, if I send them request like, okay, manufacture 100 mobiles, they will create 100 threads. If I ask them to, build 2 lakhs mobiles, they will create 2 lakh threads. Okay, and assign this mobile manufacturing unit to one workers, and all will work at once and die. After working, it will die. So what can be the problem is that we don't have the control over the threads, and one operating system has a limitation of creating a number of threads at one particular of time. And these limitations like 32,600 threads I think you can create for 64-bit of OS, Linux OS. Some sound is coming. You are on the way or something? Hello?
No, I think from here,
I think some
from
air.
you it's coming, I think, not from.
Oh, okay, okay. So this thread 64-bit operating system can create some 32,000 some threads. So suppose a 2 lakh thread request has come, and I have created 2 lakh threads. It will throw out of memory error, not exception. Your application will die. It will say unable to create new native thread. It will create till this. After that, even if you again request, it will give you this error. Okay, so to overcome this,
Not.
to
Okay.
overcome such problems, what we will be doing for these requests also, we will create like 100 workers, and 100 workers will pick up 100 tasks at a time and finish it. Again it will take, finish it, again it will take, finish it. So these requests, this is what request, manufacturing request will go into a queue, and from that queue those workers will pick up the task. Okay, so whatever request you are sending, it will be putting into queue, and these threads will keep on picking the task from that queue, and start working. Okay, is it okay?
Okay.
So how do we do that? Suppose
Yeah.
this is my worker thread. Okay, and suppose I'll write a class as creating a class as mobile manufacturer. What happens? Okay, so suppose this is the method which builds the mobile. Okay, so I'm just writing it for manufacturing the mobile. It will sleep for this thread dot sleep, right? What it does is it will halt your application for that means that your thread, right? It will be stopped for 1000 milliseconds. It's like a delaying. Once this one gets executed, after that your this thread, right, it will be sleeping for 1 second. It is milliseconds, right? So 1000 I have given, so 1 second. After that it will print that okay, it has manufactured the mobile. I'm just giving this just for like for one building one mobile it takes 1 second or something. Okay, is it fine?
Okay.
So this manufacture
Yeah.
so this manufacture, now see, I'll create a worker thread class which will be my worker thread, which will be those guys will be working. Okay, so this worker thread, right, it will implement runnable. That means it is a uh, it's a thread, and suppose just nothing message I don't have to give all these things. So our running worker is this one, and so what we will be doing is we will be calling that method here, new of mobile manufacturer dot
Mobile manufacturer.
manufacture.
Manufacturer.
हाँ nice 3.5 3.5
So my worker thread is this. Okay, implements runnable, and it has a run method, and this run method will call that manufacturing. Okay, now this is my main test thread pool. Okay, or I can say the
Okay.
mobile factory where the work gets assigned. So see what I am doing here. How do we create a thread pool? So this is how we creates a thread pool of size. I'll make it as a 10. So I have a 10 worker. Or let it be 5 only. It will be easy for us to I'll make this one as a 20 unit. Okay, so create a thread pool of size 5 workers thread. So every time, all the time, this 5 will be in running state. Okay. So what I'm saying, executor service is a class
Okay.
which is for managing the threads, and the number of threads you pass it here, it will create that many of threads and it will manage it into the pool. Okay. So this is how do we create a executor service. This is the object name, and there is executors class dot new fixed thread pool, and you provide the number of threads, how many you want to create. So it will create a pool of that many of threads.
Okay.
Okay, you don't have to create the thread equals to new
Okay.
thread or anything. Okay, now in this executor pool,
Okay.
okay, I'll just name it as executor pool. This executor pool, I need to submit the task in that. So executor pool equals to this one is happen. Now I need to manufacture, suppose 30 units of mobile. Okay, so for 30 times I'll run a loop.
Okay.
So 30 times I'll run a loop, and I'll create a worker.
Create new
I'll
worker.
new worker thread, right? This is a worker thread. I'll create it and I'll submit to the executor. I'll say, okay, execute this worker. Okay, so 30 times I will ask this execute.
Okay.
So
you're
sorry,
you're creating 30 threads here in the for loop.
we are not creating the thread here. See, we are creating the object of that thread and submitting it to executor pool. We are not running. Yeah, see, this is nothing but creation of thread object only. This is creation of
Yeah.
thread object.
We're not running the threads, but we are creating 30
yes,
thread objects and giving it to the pool. Okay.
we are not running. They will run. They will know when to run. Okay, they will call the start method. They will handle all these things. Okay. So once we do it, all these will be assigned to that pool. It will go into the pool and it will have 5 threads, right? So one at a time, only 5 threads can be, running at one point of time. Okay. So I'll show you how
Okay. Yeah.
how we can check it. I think thread dot count. I think active count. It should be 6 because one will be main thread as well, right? So it should print 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now we'll run it. See what is happening. Pool 1 it has created, one pool it has created, okay, because only one thread pool. See how many objects you will create it, right? It will keep on creating the pool. So as we are using only one thread pool here, that is executor pool, only one we have created. Suppose one more statement if I write and submit some job into that, it will create pool 2 as well. So only one we have created, it's a pool 1. Okay, in that pool how many threads it has created, so we will see here. See, pool 1 thread 1, this is the thread name. Pool 1 thread 4, pool 1 thread 3. Okay, and total number of threads, if you see how many threads are there, 6. One is main, and 5 is other thread, right? So total five thread which has run that there.
Yeah.
And now running worker 2 for that. Then manufacturing mobile done. So I'll do one thing.
Yeah.
I'll write the thread name also. Which thread is manufacturing? See, 5 it is taking. So manufacturing the mobile by thread 5. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you see here it is telling work completed will pick up another task, pool 1 thread 5. So this guy has completed their this one work. Okay, because see here it is telling manufactured the mobile done. Okay, so now if you see again it will pick up somewhere. See here it has running, right? It is telling that running worker 5. Just think about this one, this running worker 5. After running worker 5, it is saying that okay, now I'm going to manufacture my mobile, this worker, fifth worker. Okay, and then this fifth worker is telling
Yeah.
is here I have manufactured the mobile. Okay, and now my work is complete. I'll pick up another task, and it
Yeah.
is again saying that running worker again it has picked up another task. Now again it is manufacturing the task. Okay,
Yeah.
and again it will finish it. So this is like that only it
Yeah.
will happen. Same for thread 1 thread, but if you see it will never create sixth thread. Only 5 worker is completing the work. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is what the executor service is. And these days, right, in all the applications, Java applications, people does not use the normal threading and starting by their own self. So it's better to learn this one, right? And it's not big difficult, it's easy one only. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, basically in the thread pool we have 5 threads,
Hmm.
and if we are giving them 30 jobs,
Yes.
30 mobiles to manufacture, right?
Yes.
So the thread pool is using only the 5 threads to do 30 jobs.
Yes.
That's
Yes. Only
that's
5.
simple.
Yes. Yes. Right. That's all.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Okay. So
And there was another thing back then I read when I was doing, I think it was something like Threadpool. We used to use thread dot add thread something.
thread dot add.
I don't remember exactly. I think,
No,
yeah,
they
I
might be
think
using their own
we add
No, no, they might
25
be
Threadpool.
doing their own customize. Uh, they might be doing their own customize this one. They might have written their own customized method,
Okay.
and there they, might have been doing this one. So one more thing is there. I just like to cover
I
that.
don't remember exactly.
No, they might have done their written their own API. There is no add method such as you cannot add anything to see executor pool dot.
Okay.
There is no add method.
Uh,
Okay, so
what
yeah,
thread? Okay. What? This is the thread pooling thing. That's it.
Yeah, this is the thread pooling. That's it. There is nothing you need to, do about this. Uh, this is the Java's API what we are using. Suppose if you want to write your own thread pool, you can write it. Okay. I had just for practice I had written
Okay.
once. I can show it to you. See, these days many companies write their own thread pool only.
Okay.
So if you see, I have written my own thread pool class, just like executor service there, right? There is one thread pool class I have created. I have created an array blocking queue.
Okay.
It's like a queue. Okay. In that queue, my this one will be submitted.
Okay.
I have created a list of threads. Okay, that working threads, and this thread pool constructor will be
Okay.
taking how many of threads you want to number of threads you want to create, and the maximum number of task is there, how many tasks you want to execute, and then I'm putting into that queue, and
Okay.
I'm adding those threads. See, here I'm doing thread dot add. I'm adding those thread to my pool. I'm adding to.
Exactly the same thing that
See,
we did. Yeah.
this is the customized. This is not like okay. This is not very good also, because
Customized.
Java guys has written their own thread pool that is very good. They have done after so much research. Big people has worked on that. This is just for reference, like this is how it works generally. But there are many things they cover, scenarios and all these things. I never
Oh,
prefer to write our own thread pool. Never ever. Whatever Java has provided, it's always good, right? Because they must have done. Yeah, there is a thing that sometimes you need to customize your own way. I
yeah.
mean, there is such requirements where executor service cannot fulfill. In that case, you need to write your thread pool. And to writing a thread pool which you can use in your real world application, you requires a hell lot of knowledge of that. You can't simply go and write like this is junk, simply waste. I mean, it will work, but it's like just normal thing. It can't handle situations, it can't handle the thread management and anything. It can't do anything at all. I mean, just like take the task and work. Okay. So
Exactly.
we prefer to
Control the.
use that. Yes. So we are creating that number of threads, submitting, and then we are just starting it whenever the object comes, and we create an execute method which will take the runnable task just like that, and we'll in queue into that, we'll put into the queue, and in stop, when we need to stop, we'll simply stop this one. And here I am using it. I am creating a sorry, I will be testing somewhere. Wait, this is in which Java concurrency. Sorry, this one. TT. Okay, concurrency is com Java concurrency. Oh, sorry. Testing here. So here see thread pool equal to new thread pool. I am telling create a size of 5 thread pool, and I will be putting 10 tasks in that.
Five.
I
Five.
mean,
Ten.
maximum. See, this 10 I am putting that
10
maximum.
task.
Yeah, this is like a remember producer consumer, where we can put a certain number of elements only in that queue. See, these thread pools, right? It is like a
Yeah.
consumer of that queue. I'm putting 10 tasks into that queue. These 5 threads will pick up from that. It will dequeue from that queue, right? then the other 5 will go and it will pick up that from there.
Yeah.
So it's just like that, and I'm creating 250 tasks. I'm calling pool.execute. That's all. Okay. So this is,
Okay.
if you want, I can send you this program also. You can check it. Okay. You try to understand. Uh,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But I got confused here just now. You're saying 5 comma 10. That is 5. We have a thread pool of 5,
yeah, correct.
and we have 10 tasks.
No, this is not 10 task.
Then what is
This is
this
not 10 task.
250 that
This is this is
you're
this is
having?
this is not 10 task. This is the size of the queue. See, there in executor service right here, I don't have to worry about the queue size. What could be the queue? They are managing their own. Okay.
Oh,
There,
okay.
this is the queue size. I am telling that
I got it.
maximum 10 elements can be there in queue. Okay.
10.
Because I am maintaining that queue here.
Okay. Okay.
See here,
Yeah.
my queue, this one, right? So I am maintaining here this queue.
Yeah, got it.
My blocking queue is right. This is I have written this my blocking queue. If you
Yeah.
see here, it has an in queue method that means put into the element. It's a dequeue method. You can fetch it from here. So this queue also I have written this blocking queue, just like producer consumer queue. Okay. So here I'm managing it
Okay.
my own.
Okay.
That's why I provided. Otherwise, I'm submitting 250 tasks. So these 250 tasks directly will
Yeah.
not go into that queue. Only 10 tasks will go. Okay. And from that 10 tasks, that 5 thread will pick up 5 tasks. Once it pick up 5 tasks, now size is reduced by 5, right? It can take one more 5. So from that 250, one
Yeah.
more 5 slot will go there. Getting my point?
Okay.
It's not
Yeah, got it.
necessary.
Got it. Got
It's
it.
not necessary because here I am using my own queue also. This blocking queue, if you see, right? This is my blocking queue. Now this blocking queue I had only implemented. This is my implementation only, where I am taking the size, that is the limit. So you cannot create. I could have written like a default one as well. I mean, no public my blocking queue. I could have created this one like that, where I will just simply int default size equals to 100 or something. I'll put it and I'll set it to that, this dot limit equal to default. In that case I don't have to provide the size of that queue. So when you use it you don't have to
Okay.
see. So here if I am calling in this thread pool, uh, it is sending this, right? So even if I don't send now, happy. See, so it's not required. I mean, I was just I had a constraint of using here as a queue size, because I had written only one constructor which will take size. So if you don't have, you just write a default constructor and that we were using it. Okay. So it's just like, see, there only it is
Okay.
telling you same thing. So queue is empty. If there is no, this one is there. So revert it back. Okay. Okay, I'll just close this. There are few topics as well. I would like you to go through. These are very easy once you understand. One thing I just would like to show you is that uh, if I run a thread, okay, it does not return anything. I mean, whether the call has been successful or it's been, it's been, successful or not.
It's finished its task
Yeah,
successfully.
see, just like if you see here, worker mobile manufacturer, this this is okay. I mean, manufacturer void. I can return something here. But if you come to worker thread, this is always a public void run. Okay, so this public void run, it never returns anything. So whoever is running here from this mobile factory, I'm executing it. I'm not knowing whether my worker has finishes their work properly or it is stuck or it has thrown some exception. I want to get the response from those threads. Okay, the return, that whether it has completed properly or not. So this void run, it cannot help me. Okay, this if returns void, that means returns nothing, and I will not be
Okay.
knowing that whether this guy has completed their work or not. See, ultimately it is calling to this manufacturer only, but suppose something goes wrong here. Okay, it throws some exception or something. See, I'll just write it here. Just like that, I'm putting null pointer exception. Okay, now if I run it, see, I need to know it is throwing exception for every thread. Okay, so I'll do one thing. If I'm telling only if this thread is this, right, then only you throw this exception. Oh, Threadpool of 5. We are, okay. See, still it is executing and keep on working because only this one thread has thrown an exception. Okay, so
Yeah.
if I am handling right now, I am printing it here. Okay, so if I don't print it, it will, I'm not printing it if I'm just handling it. So if suppose now if I run this my mobile factory, it will work as if why it is still showing, don't have shown. Okay, because I'm not handling that thread. Okay, wait. See, I'm handling interrupted exception only, and it is throwing null pointer exception. right now. So it is, that's why it is not handling that. It is throwing to the upper classes. Yeah. Now it will not print anything at all. See, as if nothing is happening, as if everyone is finishing their work and completing everything. Okay. So, but if we see this, right,
Yeah.
this guy, see, it is telling, see how cleverly it is telling that work completed, and as if he has done that his work, but he never did his work, because we are
Manufacturing the mobile by thread 1
ah,
running.
see here, it
Manufacture.
is telling that work completed by thread 1. But if we see that here, right, it is throwing the exception. I
Yeah.
am not printing. If I can print it here.
Yeah.
There it is, right?
Yeah. Exception.
But I'm not knowing all
Yeah.
these things. I mean, I suppose I want that, okay, if any of my thread, suppose I have some dependency that, okay, all of my job should run perfectly, otherwise don't run at all. I mean, don't finish it at all, about that mission, kind of. Okay, just like in transaction happens, right? When you do the
Okay.
transaction, it either succeeds or it fails. It does not hang up, or it's not like, supposed to do a transaction, you need to complete 5 tasks, that you need to inform the vendor, you need to inform the merchant, you need to inform their other something, you need to inform the user. So all these 4 tasks should be done in order to do a transaction. Suppose 3 threads has completed their work and fourth did not do that. Okay, so these 3 threads should revert back to its
Yeah.
original, that, okay, it didn't complete. So all these changes these 3 threads has done, it has to revert back. Suppose I have deducted a money from you, and while after migrating to the, suppose you are booking a ticket, and from your booking website you select a bank, it goes to your bank, there you put username and password, and then it deducts your money, and while redirecting to your travel agent page, like some website, it fails because of some problem, some issue, like, okay, it went out of memory, or server went down or something. So your transaction has deducted that money, right? Now in order to complete the transaction, it has to finish that, this one and all these works. So what it will do, that it will get to know, okay, I mean, this server is down, so I have to revert back the transactions. Now how it will know the server is down? If it is running inside a thread is returning void, right? I am not able to know it. So we need to some mechanism where we can return some
Right.
value, and then we'll come to know that, okay, it has successful or unsuccessful. If it is unsuccessful, let's refund their money to their account, whatever we have deducted. Okay, so how we can achieve that? So
Okay.
in Java, there is one class as a callable, sorry, interface, just like your runnable. You see worker here, right? I'm implementing runnable. There I will be implementing callable. There is a one callable interface, which if you use that, it returns some value, and whatever value you want, it will return it to you. Okay, so let's create
Okay.
one package, multithreading dot callable. I'll just so my phone factory, phone worker. Phone manufacturer. Public string build mobile. So here I've never used this rand. How to get the random number? Rand dot next int,
Next int, I think.
and I need to put, I think, 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so uh, okay, so what I'm doing, I'm returning a method, returning a string based on that, and just trying with like, okay, whenever this random number generates number 2 just randomly, okay, so it will just throw an exception that, okay,
Okay.
manufacturer didn't complete properly, and it will return failed. Otherwise, in every case, it will I just remove these things. Okay, so this is my manufacturer, how the manufacture happens. And so mobile worker, this one is not, it will implement a callable, okay, and this callable will take what kind of, this one will be, you will be returning. And for this method you need to write a call method. And if you see, it's not run method, okay, it's a call method, name is call here, callable, and it will return a type of string based on whatever you provide here. here I am returning string. You can return integer, you can return. So I have written here, it will return a string only. This mobile factory, right? This guy will return a string. If I put in integer or something, you can return here as that same thing only. Okay, so this one will return you the object. So what I am
Okay.
doing here is that I am calling to that phone manufacturer. So phone manufacturer dot build mobile. Okay, and this guy will return me some string, right? Status. What is the status? And I'll return the same status. I'll return this status to this one. Understood? Is it okay?
Checking. I'm reading, trying to read it.
See what in that, if you see, that's why I've created another class. So here if you see, worker thread is implemented in enable and it's public void run. You cannot return anything to the caller. So here also where I'm running it,
Yeah.
mobile factory, see pool.execute I'm doing. There is no left side value or something where I can get the string or anything, right? I won't be able to know what is happening there. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that is a problem for us to not knowing this. So in order to do that, I mean, how we can do, it's here in a worker thread I have created, I am implementing a callable which will return me a type of string. So, and method name is, if you are doing callable, the method name change to call, and it will have a return type instead of void. And this void status you can return as a status, and this status you will get it from this class, this mobile build, whether you are it's completed or not. This one, it's totally up to you how you write it. It's nothing like you need to write it as string, you need to implement anything. You can put it as integer or anything. Okay, so this mobile manufacturer
Okay.
this mobile phone worker, you will get the status and you will return to it. Now how you, here is the main implementation, where again executor service. What is happening? Executor service, executor pool equal to executors. Oof. Dot new fixed size, and I'm giving again as a 5. Okay, uh, and then uh, I need to create that worker, right? Phone worker. So
Yeah. Factory.
this is a callable, not runnable, right? And what is the problem?
Mm.
Okay, so I need to put this in a executor service, right? So executor dot, what do we do? Execute, right? So hello, hello.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
listening.
so executor pool we do
Yeah, I can hear
execute.
you.
Yeah, we do execute, but if you see, the execute method returns void. This is the return type of this method, so it is returning me void. So I cannot
Okay,
use execute method here because I am expecting a return type of it. Okay, so there is a method which returns the value and which is submit. So in submit, if you see, it's like callable or runnable. You can
the
put as
callable.
callable and runnable. And what does it return? It returns, this is the return type, it's returning a future of t. If you see here, right, future of t, that means it returns a class name as a future, and this t will be the return type of this callable, whatever I am putting here callable. If I am putting string, it will return me here a string of future.
Okay,
Okay, so we'll put it here, and worker
okay,
here we call as a future, and this will also return. Okay, so it has returned a future, a string as a future here, and this string will be based on this only. If it is a type of integer, you will write here integer only. Okay, so now with this future I can
okay.
get it. uh, uh, Now the thing is, it's not necessary that immediately you submit your worker and it will complete the task and it will say success or failed. Okay, it might take time to finish it, right? So we need to wait for
Yeah,
this worker to finish it. We need to keep on checking whether that has finished, whether it has finished. If it is done, then we will check what is the status of that. Getting my point, right? So it's not like immediately I'm submitting my worker to the thread pool
yeah,
and immediately it will go to here worker, and it will go and call this manufacture method. It will manufacture it and it will throw, it will semi failed or success. It might take time because another thread to take priority, it will do their work and all these things, right? So we need to wait for each and every thread, that once it gets
yeah,
completed, then you check for the status, that whether it has failed or successful. This failed or successful come only if it has finished, right? So we need to wait here till it finishes. Wait
yeah.
here till this thread finishes and ends up with fail or successful. Only two things can be there, right? Either it has failed or it has succeeded. Correct, no? Correct, no?
Yeah.
So what we will be
Yeah.
doing is that we'll write a while loop,
Yes.
and we will keep on running till some time. So just like boolean kind of listen equal to true. Keep on listening whether the, so we'll just put on listen until it is true. We'll keep on listening. That means we will keep on checking that if with future I can check it, future dot is done. Okay, if it is done, I mean future will come to know that it's been done. Okay, so string result status, what is the string, why I'm putting as a string, you must be knowing, right? Why I'm taking as
Yeah,
a result
we
as a
have
string, because I have defined as a string only,
because we string
right?
only.
Yeah. Okay, so here
Yeah.
do try, because try, and then result status equal to future dot get. So it will return me a string type only. See, if you have put here integer, and here also if you would have put at an integer, then my future this future dot get, right? This future dot get would have been returning me the
should be
integer only. Okay, get, if I see right now it is returning string because it's based on that one, so it is returning string. It could have returned integer if I would have
string.
defined as a stringer. Getting my point, right? It's not like I can return only string. I can return anything. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
and once I get it, I will just make it listen
Yeah.
as a false so that it does not iterate again. I'm iterating on listen, right? So I made it as a false, and I'll say task was task execution status is result status. It might throw exception as
And how
a,
do we check which task it is?
yeah, that also we can check it. Uh,
For example, again we are having 20 tasks here, right?
yeah, yeah. Tell me. Let me check.
Yeah, I was asking how do we check which task it is
Yeah, that's what.
basically.
Let me check it. Sorry, not this one. Future dot. Uh, yeah, you can. What you can do is there in the phone worker, right, where you are returning this success and failed. Okay, you can append your thread name, thread dot current thread dot get name. Okay, right, we will write like this,
Okay.
status as failed. Okay, and thread name is this one. Is this okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, 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 perfect, no?
Yeah.
Okay, so here manufacture will come here.
All will be successful because we are not
No, no, we are making fail.
failing anyone.
No, no, we are failing. We are failing that random, right? Whenever that random value will generate 2, it should fail. So,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Two,
it has
two.
failed. See
Okay,
here,
okay. Forgot.
status has failed for this one. So whenever that,
Failed.
yeah, random value will come 2, right? It will fail that task. I just written like that. So see, we are able to get it uh, as a successful. This is the task execution is successful, and this was the thread. Okay, I think
Yeah.
to keep track whether it has sent me the correct status, I'll just write it here. Just print it also. Failed because of some exception and random value was
2. Okay, random number.
right, and which thread has failed, then also we can confirm the same thing, that this thread has caused that problem. Okay, so now I can just match it, that this thread has failed. So in result, right, it should show me that thread only, correct? No, so here this result, right,
Yeah.
it should show me the same this one.
Okay, same thread.
This is fine now, right? So
Yeah.
I hope it generates number value 2 sometime. You all are becoming success only. It didn't generate. Generated. Good. So if I
Okay.
see pool 1 thread 5, so this should show me the, it has been failed because of random exception. Okay, and see the status it is showing me. The task execution status is status failed, and thread name is
Yeah.
pool 5. So it's fine,
Pool
right?
thread 5.
Right. So in real time
Yeah.
application,
Yeah.
if you ask me, I will not use runnable also. I will use callable, right? Because I will be able to know the status of my work. Is it fine?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what I know about
Callable.
multi-threading. Yeah. Tell me. Tell me.
Callable is from where is it from? It's not from multi-threading. It's from object.
No, it's a concurrent package. It's not like a
From the
yeah. Tell me. Callable is in .lang. You don't have to import anything, but for callable, you have to import this concurrent callable. Thread or enable,
con.
right? These are defined in
Okay.
java.lang, so by default you will have that. But for this one, see, for phone worker, this is called phone worker thread. Here, runnable, I'm not importing anything if you see, okay, because it's defined in java.lang. But this one does return,
Yeah.
okay. So this is very good
Okay.
interview questions. They, even I have faced in my career till now, that in many multi-threading questions, right? People will ask you what is the first time they asked me, I couldn't answer because I was not even knowing about this callable interface. So they asked me like, is there any way you can return something and you can get to know the status of that? So I was totally blind and what to do, and seriously I never thought about it, how to do this. But somehow I asked them to write a class, whenever you fail you set that value to this one and that one return the. But then also, right, when it comes to return this public void run, it will never return anything. So I was like clueless what to do. Then you came home, I searched it, okay, this is how we can do that. So you should be knowing, this is a very good thing to know. Okay. uh, I
Yeah.
think this is
Okay.
pretty much about multi-threading, but I don't think just completing the course will work. You need to work on it. I mean, multi-threading requires a lot of practice because of this unpredictable behavior. I mean, you need to
Yeah.
write your own code, try to
I
do
have
something.
started
Yeah.
learning.
Yeah. So You do that, you do the practice, otherwise it will not be useful. I struggled a lot in multi-threading, and almost it took
Yeah,
me one year to understand the full functionality and how thread works exactly. There are few things, there are few things which you can do is, suppose I'll do one thing. I'll run it as a 20,000 this, and I'll create 4 threads. uh, there is a one thread dump. This is for a debugging purpose. Thread dump, what it does is that it will uh, dump the status of the thread into a file. Suppose you are working in a real-time application, and there you are facing some thread issues, and you want to know what exactly my thread status at some point of time. Okay, you can get in a file where you can uh, get the status of the threads. What is the status of thread at that particular point of time, whether someone is blocked or someone is executing, and what is happening. Okay, so suppose I am running this, and it will keep on running for a while. So in meantime, I'll try to take that. I don't know how to take it. So JPS will give me the Java process. I don't know. JStack. Okay, yeah. So if you see here, it has dumped me. Pool 1 thread 5. It is in waiting state. Pool 1 thread 4 in waiting state. So I can just want to know which one is in running statement. Okay, let me take again. All are in waiting state only. Why? Someone should be in running state. Okay, but I'll do one thing. Thread. Okay. So, but why it is not? No, I think this is not. Someone should be in running. This Windows, I don't know how to take this dump and all. I don't know how it is working. Uh,
you work on Linux in real-time applications.
yeah, we work in Linux only. That's why I just want to show you how you can collect the dump in Linux. It's very easy. Windows, this is how we take. I never took this and Windows how to generate that. Generally, it's not required, right? I mean, real-time web application we run dot bat. What this bat will do? Right-click task manager process. If you are the same user owns this view, same column PID dump.txt. Good. But how to know? Right-click on an empty area in this task manager. Select process tab. Process is running, right? Okay. But I'll run it again. Perfect. Now go to this task manager, go to the process, and if you're not the same user who owns the JVM process, then check show processes from all users. Select view column, select view, select columns from the menu bar. Select columns. Oh, okay. And check PID. Okay. And click OK. Click on the image name. Locate the process name at Java. Okay. How many are running, man? It's too much.
No, just now you enable PID, right? You
Ah,
select columns. Okay. After that,
wait. I don't.
you have to go to image name.
Yeah, image name. Yes. But there are
Java
many.
keeps running in the background.
Yeah, there are many running. I'll just kill this. Okay. So even this would have been closed. Yeah,
Mm,
this is closed. Okay. So now what I'll do, I'll run it. Now one process ID should come here. Yeah, Java W. So 9448. Okay. So 9448 is my process ID. So we'll have to go to.
how do you know 9448?
No, here it is, right? See, Java w.exe is the process ID. This is 9448 PID column. You see PID column, right? 9448.
Okay.
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 So I think,
Okay. So that should be used in the command prompt.
yeah. So I think 9448 here also it
9448.
will show. See here,
Okay.
9448 is showing. J stack 9448. Yeah, see here, it's in runnable state. All are in runnable state, and currently, see, this is right status now. See, all five are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All are in runnable state. It should be in runnable state. Okay. If you see someone in blocked state,
Okay.
okay. If you see in a blocked state, suppose just I'll make it that as well. That means it is waiting for some thread to waiting state or blocked state. So here I'll just suppose I want only one thread to run this. So, okay. So in this case, if I run it now, first should be damn slow, but
One should be in running.
someone will be in some mistake, something. Okay. So my process ID might have changed. 5080. So every time you run it, right, the process ID changes. So enable only or not enable. Should be someone should be blocked. Or it cannot be also because it is so fast that no one needs to be waiting for a long time. See here, waiting, right here. Okay, concurrent lock, waiting. So this reference is nothing but that object reference. If you are seeing, right, it's a waiting on that condition. If you see here, waiting on this condition. So this is your object's reference on which it is waiting currently. Okay. So right now see, pool 1 thread 2 is in waiting state, right? Now if you next time if you see, it might not be that case. Okay, in that case it might be like you should not see for long time which one thread is waiting and another thread is executing. So this is how you can go through. I mean, suppose one thread is waiting for long period of time, right? That is not correct. You need to check it why the thread is stuck in there. Is there any while loop is going on, or how is it, right? So actually, analyzing the thread dump requires a little bit of experience. Okay, I'll send you a link if you are interested, but this will be useful only if you are working in real-time application where you have thousands of threads and you are some memory leak is happening, or some application is stuck, right? So there you can just go through and check it. You take 4 5 times thread dump, you match it whether this thread has been executed, how long it is waiting for. Okay, is it fine?
Okay.
So I'll send you a link if you're interested how to analyze the thread dump. Hmm. Okay, so I think this is
Okay.
pretty much about multi-threading. I mean, uh, you need to go through different types of how you can solve a problem using multi-threading, how to use synchronization, where to use, where not to use, deadlock problem. So go through it. If you have any problem, we can discuss in further classes as well. But you need to put. So in core Java, I think almost anything left you want to cover or you want to know, because I am thinking to start advanced Java, that is web application, from next class. As per me, only this like enum,
So,
yeah, enum is left, which I think it will take 2 minutes to cover that. Uh, Apart from enum,
okay.
yeah, I mean constructor overloading and all these things, right? I mean the basic how to do constructor overloading.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
So
it.
those basic things I think you are knowing
Yeah,
only. So better we'll go for web application than advanced Java.
yeah.
Advanced Java will start with first
Okay.
I will start with JDBC connection, how you can connect to your database. Okay, and
Uh,
I will not
before
yeah.
that,
Tell me.
I wanted to ask, we don't have any real use of swings, AWT, applets in real time, right?
I don't think anybody uses AWT now. I mean, it's obsolete. I don't think you should be spending time in which
Yeah,
work. The future is not there.
yeah.
This applet and swing, nobody uses these
Swing.
days. Yeah, that's what, an
Okay,
applet swing both, right? In my previous
okay,
company
that's
also,
yeah.
they migrated from
Okay,
swing to web. So now even product based companies also, right? They are going for a web application only instead of creating the swing application. So these standalone application, what is swing also is standalone application
okay,
only. These days only in C sharp people uses, because it provides very great features, and Windows doesn't have any platform independency, so they are using it. Otherwise in Java, nobody uses these days AWT or applet because of security concerns, and swing because of it's too much code you have to write it for that. I mean it's too much. You need to write very too much code for that. Configuration is difficult. So why, I just, even if you search it, right, I mean,
yeah, it's okay. I was just asking
yeah, I
if
mean
it is not there
this
in
is,
real time, let's
yeah,
keep
this
it.
is
I
this
don't.
is becoming like, I
I
mean,
never
yeah.
used that.
Even I would, recommend you to go for learn Spring RESTful web service. These are the hot in demand these days. I mean, it's if you know all these things, anybody can take you. And apart from our courses, I'll ask you to just whenever you have time, you learn this one. Sorry, Angular JS. You have heard the name Angular
Yes,
JS.
I just heard.
You know
No, no,
JavaScript. You know JavaScript.
must be some JavaScripting library.
Yes, this is MVC
Yeah, I learned
JavaScript.
it, but I forgot everything.
No, this is MVC JavaScript.
Okay,
They have designed a framework. Google has designed. If you learn this Angular JS, you learn RESTful web service. You can work in any company anytime. These two are very
okay,
very demanding these days. Angular JS has become popular like anything. Angular JS and RESTful web service, if you know, you can work anywhere. And plus, if you from Java side, if you ask me, Spring and Hibernate, these two are very very popular. So if you know all these things, you can search in Google also why it is so popular. And if you see the openings in the companies, most of the guys are looking for RESTful web services people, Angular JS and jQuery. jQuery is okay. I mean, if you learn Angular JS, you don't need to learn jQuery. If you learn these four, I think you can these days. I mean, the current market scenario, you can work anywhere. So I would recommend you to go
okay,
for that. Learn JavaScript. JavaScript is not difficult. Once you have a basic idea of JavaScript, start learning Angular JS. I can provide you a few materials if you want. You can later go through that. Okay.
okay,
Okay.
sure.
So fine. I will start. First.
And
Yeah.
what about
What about?
uh, uh, remote method invocation, serialization?
Okay. Serialization. I think I had.
Networking is not used in Java
No, no.
nowadays.
Serialization. I think I had covered, right?
Did-
Se-
We did it.
yeah. Serialization. I
I'm
think I had
forgetting
covered.
everything.
That's why I was telling you to, you remember that, I was, persisting employee details and, showing for hierarchies. And I have a video, I think I had, 1 second. I don't remember which day I had covered, but
If we covered, check serialization.
let me check. Let me check.
Yeah, we did cover serialization.
I must have a video of that. I don't.
Uh, what about RMI, remote method
Yeah,
invocations,
RMI, and if you want
and
JMS also.
networking method?
JMS, right? Java Messaging Services. Yeah, this one. Serialization example. Yeah, I have this.